I'm Mrs. M from the Children's Library at Upper Darby Library Sellers Branch. Welcome to Craft Club. Today we're going to make a Dreamcatcher. This is what they look like. As you may know, Dreamcatchers are a Native American craft, and some people believe that they actually help protect you while you're sleeping. The idea is that bad dreams get caught in the web and only let the good dreams through. And other people just use them for decorations. So I'm going to show you the steps a little bit later on. If you haven't already picked up your kit, please stop by the library and get your kit. In the kit you'll find you have a base, and then there will be a 12-inch length of yarn that you'll use for a hanger. There's about a 60-inch length of yarn that you'll use to make the web. And then there are 3 12-inch strings that you'll use to do the strings on the bottom. And then you'll also get a package of small plastic beads and some feathers to finish the strings on the bottom. In addition to the kit, you'll need your scissors, and you'll also need some tape. Okay, so let me show you the steps now. I'm going to move the finished one out of the way so we can work with our base here. What we do first is take our base, and you'll see that it already has holes punched in it. At the top you'll find a single hole. We're going to use that to make our hanger. On the bottom edge you'll find 3 holes that are used for the 3 strings, and around the inside circle there are a number of holes that we'll use to make the web. So we'll make the hanger first, and what we do is just take the short piece of yarn, put it through that top hole, and all you have to do is tie a knot at the open ends. Now if you have trouble tying knots, get your parents or an older sibling to help you with this. Okay, so I'm just tying a simple knot at the end, and we have our hanger all ready to go. Our next step then is to make our web. And the first thing we want to do is take our long piece of yarn and find one of the ends. And we're going to take a piece of tape and tape it to the back of our base so that it will hold the web in place. So just like this, just put a little piece of tape. Don't put the tape over any of the holes though, because we're going to use the different holes. So I just taped it right on the back like that so it will hold it in place. And now I find my other end, and now I'm just going to weave back and forth between the holes in whatever pattern that you want. When I made mine, I just did a simple back and forth between the different holes, but you can do it any way you like. Everybody's pattern will probably be a little bit different. So I'm going to just take this and come up through one of the holes and then pull all of the yarn through so that it holds it sort of tight. Now don't pull so hard that you rip it loose, but you do want it to be held taut. Okay, and then we're going to go through another hole, and I'll go down through another one. You can go over, under, whatever you like to make your pattern. And again, I pulled it that way, and now I just keep doing this until I have used up most of my yarn, gone through most of the holes, again, to make whatever pattern you want. And I'm going to do one more, and I'll show you how that we finish it then. When you're all done making your web, you want to finish up on the back of your base, because what you're going to do, if you've used it all, you'll be at the end. If you haven't, you're going to cut it off, so you just have a little piece, and then again you're going to use a piece of tape. Doesn't have to be very big, but just enough to hold it in place, the same way you did with the beginning. That way then your web doesn't unravel. Okay, and like I said, you'll do that as much as you want to make your web however you want it. And then the next step is to add your strings. As I said before, we have 3 holes here at the bottom, and you do each one with one of the lengths of string. Your first step is to tie one end of the string in place, And again, just a simple knot here will hold it. Again, if you need some help with this, just ask for help. And get that tied. Okay. You see what can happen? It can slip out, and you just put it right back through again and tie your knot. Okay. Once we have our knot tied, then our next step is going to be to add, and I'm going to double it to make it hold in place. Alright, now I'm ready to add my beads, and you're just going to add some beads to this, as many as you like. You'll have some in your kit to work with. And you can do as many or as few as you like on the string. And I'm going to show you what to do. If you want to make sure that your beads don't all slip down to the bottom, there's a little technique that you can use to hold a bead in place. And you saw I put it through once, put the string through the bead once, hold it in place. All you do is go back around to the top again and come through again. Get that. Okay, it's back through again, and then if you just hold it, and then it sort of holds it in place so that it doesn't slip on down the string. And what I did when I did mine, I did that with the first one, and then I added more beads, and then the bottom one, the bottom bead, I did the same thing again, and that way it kept them all from sliding down to the bottom. And you'll do that with all 3 of your strings. And then your final step is to tie on the feathers. And again, all you're going to do is just around the end of the feather like this, you're just going to tie your string and tie a knot. And you can see how I did that on these. And once you've done all that, you have your Dreamcatcher all finished. You can hang this up in your bedroom, near your bed, to give yourself beautiful, wonderful dreams. And I hope you enjoy making your Dreamcatcher. Thank you so much for joining me today.